Even in church, the people that are always like on the ground crying, it's always the poor people. The rich people, you never see them on the ground. No, no, no. It's usually the people, poor people.
Well, you're saying church people go to church most of the time. They're usually poor.
I think children of the light are not very good at working with children in the dark. Also comes from lack of preparation and being on top of things.
Mm,
Sometimes maybe you didn't study enough, or maybe you didn't do what your boss said you should do. So now you've got pressure.
okay.
Then that continual pressure on yourself will cause that depression,
Okay.
because you're depressing, you're falling under something. You Buying a house is a more of sacrifice. A lot of people don't understand that. People want to buy when they're ready, but you're never ready. It's like having your first child, you're never ready, right? So renting, especially if you start off in a job, you want to rent. But the moment your income has the capability of a mortgage, you need to buy. Went a lot. It's when men start acting like women that society starts to crumble. So when men talk about lesbians or lesbian relationships, they get excited. They're like, two girls. Oh, can I join? That is the
That's
first
actually
thought
true though.
that men think
They're
about.
like, oh, two
But
girls.
if two men are together and they're seen in public, every man starts to flinch.
Do you think they're
They
gonna
start to
say
cringe.
two guys?
No,
No.
they don't. Because women want strong men.
Mm.
And there's nothing strong about being bent over by another man. No, like,
Welcome to the new year, guys. It's a 2026. I was about to say 2025, but it's a good thing I correct myself.
you're still living in the past.
Last year during this time, I recorded a video, and most people kept asking me to bring this guy back, especially the girls. So
Wow.
I had to call him. He's a very busy guy. So I had to find him even though he lives in Dallas. So,
I'm just always one phone call away, man.
Josh, welcome to Afroqast, man.
Thank
Man,
you, CJ. Thank you for having me again.
man, it's been a long time.
It's been.
How's life, man? How was 2025? Let's start from there.
You want the short story or the long version? Which one are we going
Let's do
for?
short story.
I learned a lot of things.
Okay.
Um, Made mistakes, had a few wins. There were more losses than wins, but you learn more from what you lose than what you gain.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, so it's 2026. By the way, we shot this video on the 1st of January.
Uh-huh.
Um, what would be the things that you'll carry from 2025 to 2026? Positive things.
Positive.
Yes.
That's gonna be hard. I feel like this year I was on God's strongest soldier list. So there was more suffering. So I can tell you more about the suffering than anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a family, by the way,
Family's good.
family's
Family's good.
good.
How's your family?
Family's good, man. Family's good. I'm trying to get married.
You trying to
Are,
get
are,
married?
are you engaged? Are you engaged yet?
Oh yeah.
I had a message in my phone. Everybody asking for you.
For real?
Yeah. I mean, you saw
Well,
one.
well, well, I'm here
You saw
now.
the one from last night.
I did. I
You
did.
know. So,
Tell them what to say. Tell them what to say. What did she say?
uh, so we're gonna keep the girl's name, but when she watch this, she'll know who she is.
All right.
By the way, she said, "Now you," because we posted a video. We're having a good time last night. We're having fun as friends, celebrate year.
Yeah.
And she sent a video say, message saying, "Now you hang up with my man who's not my man."
that was that was good. That was
That
good.
was good.
I'll give it to her.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
good.
good, right?
Yeah,
Maybe more girls should be starting shooting the shot now.
they could try, but I'm not a very easy target to hit, though.
That's good. I mean, easy target is not worth it shooting for.
Yeah, I'm a hard target. So
Anyway, let's dig into 2026. What is the main three goals would you want to accomplish this year?
money, more money, and the other money I talked about in the first part. That
Money,
is.
money, money. No dating.
I think dating is just going to happen by itself. If you try and force it, I don't think it works. But I think I'm going to be more intentional this year. Um, I want to be in a good, committed relationship.
When you say more intention, what does that mean?
It means I'm going to be putting more effort into making sure that it leads to a relationship because as the man, I'm supposed to take lead.
Okay.
So
And
I'm
how's
going to.
that look like?
It looks like me deciding that I'm going to give someone a chance. That's basically what it is.
So you're saying there's a lot of applicants and you're just waiting?
You see, those are the things that get me into trouble. There are not a lot of applicants. I'm very picky. That's really what it
Yeah,
is.
but if it's only one person available, though, you don't have to see if she deserves a chance or not.
So when we talk about applicants, I look at it like this: like if you're driving on the road, you see many cars, but sometimes maybe your interest is only in Range Rover or Mercedes Benz. So sometimes it might be 1,000 cars on the road, but I only want that one.
Okay.
So that one is the one that's getting a
So you
chance.
haven't got the Range Rover or Porsche or Mercedes.
There's someone I have my eye on. So
Ooh,
yeah,
okay. So money. Why do we focus so much on money?
Ecclesiastics 10 verse 19. Do you know what it says?
No.
Money answereth all things, not some things, all things. When you get the money part sorted, everything else falls into place. But again, there's a verse that actually says that seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and everything will be added unto you. But the money part, it usually solves all the other problems. And you know, you pray better when you've got money. Like the way you're praying, it's a little bit different than when you don't. Because when you're praying, when you're desperate, you're just crying and you're desperate and you're saying, God, if you give me this, I'll do that. You know, it's even in church, the people that are always like on the ground crying, it's always the poor people. The rich people, you never see them on the ground. No, no, no. It's usually the people, poor people.
Well, you're saying church people go to church most of the time. They're usually poor.
I think children of the light are not very good at working with children in the dark. So, like people in the world know how to make money better than the people that are in the church. So, yes.
So are you telling me you haven't make money because you're in the church?
No, I make a little money, but I could make more money
If you
if.
left the church,
No, 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 no. Me, I already know what God is trying to teach me in my life.
and what
So
is that?
He's setting me up for something bigger. So I need to become stronger. You know, sometimes in the gym, if you want to get bigger muscles, you have to carry more weight. Unless you can carry that weight, you will not graduate to the next level. So for me, I think 2025 was a bit of that. There's a lot of things that I actually had to learn. So that's kind of how I see it. And I journal 3 times a week.
Okay,
So like I keep score of every part of my life.
okay,
Yeah.
that's
So I
good.
know where I went wrong. Sometimes we want to blame the devil for our problems,
No
but sometimes
problem.
it's just you.
It's just you just need to make decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about preparation. Most people we have issue with preparation.
Hmm.
When I say preparation, I means we know what we want to do, what
Hmm.
we want, but we don't prepare ourselves for when that moment comes.
Okay.
Can we talk a little bit about that? How do you prepare yourself for the opportunity that God hasn't sent it to you?
You prepare for it by preparing.
How?
And I know that sounds very cliche, but a lot of us like to. Have you ever heard the saying where it's like you've got cows?
Okay.
If you want to fetch a good amount of money, you don't start feeding the cow when you get to the market. You start
Yes.
feeding the cow 6 months before you sell it at the market. Most of the time, we like to start preparing a day before the thing that we want. Even in college, remember when we were still accounting students,
Yeah.
sometimes we start studying a night before. We study 12 hours straight. Why didn't we start last month?
That's yeah.
You know, so you have to be very intentional about the things that you want to prepare for, and you have to have the end in mind.
What would be the advice for the youth regarding that preparation?
I don't have any advice for the youth. I've got advice for my friends and the people closest to me.
I mean,
Like, because we turned 30, like,
exactly. So that means the youth, 18, 19, 20, 24, they're coming this way.
mhm.
You already been there. What is something you can tell them? Something that you either you missed
Mhm.
or you actually did right.
The thing I missed is,
I mean, the circumstances will not be the same,
mhm.
but the journey can more look like similar.
Okay, the things that I missed is I underestimated how much effort it takes to actually succeed at anything. If you feel like you have to run 10Ks, it's not 10. It's probably 220. That is one thing that I learned. Do you remember, like, even when we graduated, we thought after college we'll get straight into six-figure jobs,
Yeah.
like maybe after 5 years and stuff. But then things it wasn't like that. So you actually have to prepare for the worst case scenario. What is the worst thing that can happen in my life? That's what you prepare for.
Okay.
I've learned that that is the best way to go about it. Some people can call it negative. I've had people call me negative because sometimes I look at the darker side of things, but you'd rather look. It's like this. If let's say you have to go on a date, if you know that you're probably going to spend $100, you are better off going with 130 than going off with 80
80.
and hoping that no.
It will make 200.
Yeah.
Okay.
You always want to anticipate more. You want to anticipate for problems.
Yeah. That's like in business. You always have to overestimate your expense and underestimate your revenue. In case you miss there won't be some disasters. You don't want
And
to
you do that on a daily basis, Mr. Accountant.
that was good though. That was good. You also always, but also you have to anticipate the positive side. That always be optimistic. Things can happen. You know, the
Yeah.
good things can happen, and of course, you're not planning to fail,
Mhm.
but at the same time, you have to acknowledge this might be possibility.
Yeah.
And that brings me to the second point. Lately, I've been talking to a lot of youth, a lot of young people,
Mhm.
and they complain about being depressed because of life, love, and we spoke about this last time. I'm not sure if it's one of the video that didn't get to go out, but
Maybe.
let's talk about first of all. Do you believe depression is real?
Depression is like the air. You can't see it, but it's there.
Is there so depression is real?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. What is a symptom? I'm not saying if you've been depressed. I'm asking,
Mhm.
but what is the symptom or the? How do you know? Oh, um, I know we in African community we don't like to talk about depression
Yeah.
because we look at it as a you're weak.
Sometimes it could be a sign of weakness, but sometimes it could be that you've taken too much on your plate. Personally, how I know that I'm getting towards depression is one, I start losing interest in the things that matter to me.
Mm.
Two, I want to sleep more. Three, I want to scroll more on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. So your mind is trying to find things to occupy itself with instead of tackling the most important thing that you're supposed to be.
So self destruct.
Yes. Depression also comes from lack of preparation and being on top of things.
Mm.
Sometimes maybe you didn't study enough, or maybe you didn't do what your boss said you should do. So now you've got pressure.
Okay.
Then that continual pressure on yourself will cause that depression because you're depressing, you're falling under something.
So what would be the prevention of that?
Run faster. Depression can catch you if you run faster. Just stay on top of things.
Stay on top of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you avoid depression.
Okay. Mr. Josh, can philosophy. I was expecting difference actually, because I remember last time here you called someone weak.
No, I feel like no, it was therapy.
Therapy,
Like going to
but
therapy
people
is
go to therapy for depression.
Yes, but that's because you let it get to that extent that you now need to consult somebody.
I mean, people, depression can happen for different reasons.
Yeah, it could. There's other found like reasons why you could, like maybe death of a loved one. I don't know everything, but to me it's a little there's a little bit of weakness in in going for therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's dive to family, actually. You are really, really family oriented,
Hmm.
especially you and your mom. I've never seen someone who's so close to their mom.
Yeah.
You're the definition of mama's boy.
I'm also a daddy's boy
Yeah,
too.
that's his boy.
I am a daddy's boy too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's lead me to a question. What is the best advice your dad ever gave to you as a man?
Ooh, that is a very, very good question. Best is very hard for somebody that my dad calls me 6 times a week. The calls are usually between 30 minutes to an hour. So he's giving me a lot of advice. I don't think I can pin it down to the best. I can pin
Okay.
it down maybe to the top five.
Okay.
Probably the first advice was gather up as many jars as you can because the oil stops flowing when your jars run out. So when you're praying for a blessing, make sure that you've prepared enough that if God pours down that blessing, you have enough room to be able to contain it. The other thing was start a business because you work hard for people and you'll have nothing to show for it years from now. I think probably that was the biggest. Um, Third thing, probably family first because my dad has always put us first. He had a lot of dreams, but he made sure that all of his children went to good schools, but he sacrificed the things that mattered to him. And probably that's where I learned how to be a man, that a man is always sacrificing. Like if you're a man and you're happy, something is wrong. Something is wrong because a
So
man
men,
was just built to suffer, man. We're just made to suffer. You only allowed this much happiness, this
you
much.
hear that? The men can, men not.
No,
So I should be sad.
not sad. You should never be content. That is, you should never be content as a man.
What the other one?
Put God first in everything that you do. Consult Him before you make any decisions. Well, and he's been telling me to get a wife. Listen, like it's been a whenever he finishes praying, there's
Hmm.
always that
Get a wife.
marriage thing in there. And
So
first, yeah,
he's
it's
ready for grandchildren.
he wants grandchildren. He wants grandchildren. A family of boys.
Mm.
So he wants the last name to,
To extend.
to extend. And here I am.
Don't worry. You're a great guy. You're gonna find the girl. The girl will be lucky to have you.
You think so?
Yeah. So the- here, when it comes to girls, your mom,
Yeah.
your mom, she's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure she give you a lot of advice when it comes to whatever you might be looking for.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be exactly because the word of change, but she still provide valuable advice and lessons. What is a top five advice she gave you about relationship or woman in general? When it, you know,
Ooh, I'm gonna put my mom in the spotlight. So my mom loves her boys.
okay.
So she doesn't want us marrying the wrong people. So she will talk about age. She'll be like, if she's your age, she's gonna get older than you. She's gonna look older than you. There's that aspect. Then there's the aspect that I obviously need to marry a prayerful woman because my mom is a prayerful woman, and my mom and my dad have a 7-year age gap. So obviously for me, I'll probably want to marry someone younger. But I'm not opposed to marrying somebody my age
Oh, okay.
because sometimes it's not really about the age. I think it's about compatibility.
Okay.
It's really about compatibility. And I've learned that. When I was a little bit younger, I had a lot of biases.
You
I'm
want a
like, I'm
younger
not
woman?
gonna date a girl that has more than 3 exes. I'm not gonna like I had so many things. But then as you get a little bit older, you start to
Adjust.
understand, yeah, you start to adjust them a little. You don't like lower the standard, but you start to adjust. Me and my mom talk almost every day.
Okay.
Um, I'm usually very careful in the people that I tell her about because she's gonna keep asking me about those people, but she kind of knows my type. If there's anyone who knows my type, my mom. My mom kind of knows my type now.
She can ask me to help you find your wife. Because it seems like you're not doing a good job.
I'm really not.
You're not
I'm
doing a
really
good
not.
job.
But I feel like that's because that's when now my focus is more on my business
Mm.
than in finding a wife. Because I feel like when you get to where you need to be as a man, finding a wife is the easiest thing. Because now you can do pinky pinky bonking. Like you can like literally do that.
Yeah.
Because when you have money, it opens up options. Because like right now, there's women that are out of my league that I don't have access to because my bank balance is here. Not that they are materialistic, but there's certain places you can't hang around because your budget doesn't allow.
Yeah.
You know,
They say make money. All the girls you think they're out of your leagues, they're really not.
they're really not.
You not hang out the same place. Look at the place we went to today.
Yeah, we did spend a lot of money today.
I won't say a lot of money. It was a good
That we
experience.
usually spend. We could have gone to cheaper places, but we're like, we should come here as boys, not just coming
Yeah,
to places with girls.
exactly, exactly.
And talking about that, I think I've been struggling with dating because of that, planning dates. So even the last person that I was dating, I've been told so many times that I'm not very intentional. But I tried to relay the information that, let's say, if I haven't been on a date in a year, then somebody wants me to plan out a date. I've not been going out to a lot of places. So I'm not going to be on top of things like guys who go on a date on a weekly basis. They know which place to hang out with. I'm a little bit slow when it comes to that. I have to start researching restaurants and I'm like, I don't have that kind of time. So now it looks like I'm not serious. So I really struggle with that. Like it's an actual thing because women are like, no, I want a man that leads. You can't even do a simple thing as finding a restaurant. Well, I can't do a simple thing as finding a restaurant, but I can balance a balance sheet.
But also, it's not fair what they usually ask us because when they ask us to plan a date, what if they don't like the place?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'll be like, okay, so what do you like? I don't know anything.
Sometimes you don't even know if they like you. Wow, man. These days you don't even know.
You don't know if they like you.
You don't. They can just pretend
They
and
just
just
want a meal.
they just want a free meal. Things are very expensive these days. So you have to be very sure because
No, like, but we have to be serious with girls, though. I feel like guys, we're not serious with this female. We all using each other's. And
we're being
especially
used.
guys like you make guys like us look bad
Why?
because they're not intentional. So girls are thinking all of us were not
No,
intentional.
I feel like a lot of guys are more intentional than me.
You think?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they are focused on that. I'm very good at the things that I focus on. Because I don't intentionally focus on dating. I'm not really the best dater, but I'm an excellent communicator.
Yes. No, that one I'll give to you.
Like I'm very very good at that, and I prefer that on the parts that I'm not very good at, the woman kind of steps up on that. Like, what do you like to eat? Oh, the problem though with asking a woman to choose where she wants to eat. She'll take you where she took her ex person.
What's wrong with that?
Ah, there's a lot of things that are bad with that.
So you're telling me just because I broke up with my girl, I should stop enjoying the restaurant because I took one girl?
No, but you might have flashbacks to somebody else.
Who cares?
Well, I care. I want to go to a place where it's your first time being there. We'll call that a virgin place since they're not virgins these days. You might as well.
That's why you're forcing the wrong things. That's why you're not getting a
It's a
woman.
virgin restaurant.
It's a
Like
virgin.
it's the first time for both of us. At least we'll both get an experience. You don't want somebody to come in with experience. If the woman comes with experience, then it becomes a problem. I'm like, oh no, I like this thing on the menu. And you're like, oh, you've tasted that before. Okay.
And what are you looking for actually in women? What are you looking for?
Company, compatibility, a partner.
Extend more. What is a partner to you? What does a partner look like to you?
Somebody that I can view as, I wanted to say equal, but
You wanna say, but I don't believe in that.
I do, but the man is the head, so I'm just like, we're all equally important. We're equally important. We play different roles, but we're equally important. But somebody has to lead.
That's a
Somebody has to lead.
very, very political correct.
Man, I could ask you the same question.
What about me?
Are men and women equal?
Um, We all deserve equal opportunity, but I don't think we're equal.
Okay.
You know, because we, even me and you, we're not equal, right? Age difference, what we do difference.
But as men, we establish hierarchy. So, like a man that drives a Range Rover makes more than you, is taller than you, has got more muscles than you. You can kind of rate him on top of you.
No,
You don't?
no, I am a man. I have, actually, this is actually my favorite thing to talk about.
Are
I,
you better than Cristiano Ronaldo?
in my own way, yes, I am.
How?
It's me.
Hmm.
I am me.
There's a little bit. It's called delusion.
No, it's not
You need to
delusion.
know where you need to be able to
The
rank
only
yourself.
difference I can say is money. That's it.
You think there's more, but then men that are exceptional at a lot of things, it's not just money; it's also skill.
You don't think I have skill?
The skills you have, we can't talk about them on the podcast. We cannot talk about them.
No.
Yeah, I would rather not. I would rather not.
The skill. That was funny. Oh man. So my skill don't count.
No, it doesn't count. No, not in this. Not in
Uh,
this one.
anyway, let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk to you about what you do specifically, right? Because
Mhm.
we live in a world of promotion. You have to promote whatever you do.
Yeah.
Um, I know we spoke about it last year a little bit. We want to touch base to just to see where you are at, if something new, and more details. So when we get back, that's how we're gonna dive into and talk to more. I want to get to learn more about what you do.
Okay.
We know it's family important relationship, but we keep circling back to money, and money is what you do. You know. So we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna be back. Back to Afroqast, guys. I am your host, CJ King, aka Big Daddy. You
Give
like to be
yourself
called Daddy to the girls?
Zaddy.
Zaddy?
Zaddy, yeah.
Zaddy? What does Zaddy mean? Money?
It's not daddy is like more like their dad, but zaddy is a little bit. I don't know how to pronounce it. How the girls say it.
Okay. Anyway, before we want to break, as I said, we will talk more. Let's dive more into business. Can you tell us what are you currently doing um, as a professional? I know you're into real estate.
Hmm.
Do you still do the same thing?
Yes. So for me, when it comes to profession, I do a lot of things.
Okay.
So this might not apply to a lot of people, but I
Okay.
came to the realization that life wasn't getting better in America. I realized that just because I was working harder, it didn't mean I was going to make more money.
Mm.
And there was a time where everybody was trying to get a better job, a better paying job. But after COVID, things just started to
Things
tank.
change.
Yeah. I remember you could just only do 2 job interviews and you get a job. You didn't have to apply to 100 places. But things have changed. So for me, I made a decision that I was going to focus on what I wanted to do. Like in college, we studied accounting, we got our accounting degrees. I remember even when I started my master's, I knew that I wasn't heading in the right direction because I was like, I don't think I'm going to be using this degree like that.
Mm.
So I made a decision that I was going to focus on the things that mattered to me. And that was one, construction, marketing, advertising, real estate. And I wanted to get into apartments. So apartment locating. And I always knew that I wanted to be in the real estate area as well. So I also do loan signing. So I'm a loan signing agent
Mm.
and a notary public.
Okay.
So those are the main things that I do. Then there's also the Facebook groups that I manage,
Okay.
which is a full-time job, but people are not really, they don't really understand how that can be a full-time job. But look at it from a perspective like this. I have let's say I've got a construction group. If in that group there's over 1,000 construction companies trying to advertise, that already is a business.
Yeah.
I have one marketplace Dallas. There's thousands of business owners trying to advertise in there daily. Like probably right now there's probably 26,000 something pending posts.
Oh
So
wow.
imagine if I found the capability to reach out to all of them and I charge them $1 for something. That's how I look at it. but I just need to channel resources and time so I can actually be able to assist people in that, you know. So I have a lot on my plate, but I just decided that. So I actually, how I left my job is I realized that my boss wasn't going to fire me because I remember I told him that, hey, I'm struggling. And he said, no, you're one of our best guys here. Then there was an assessment that they wanted me to take. And I made sure that I failed it because I knew that if you
Oh
failed
wow.
that, thought they
They'll
would tell
fire
me,
you.
yeah, I wasn't going to leave my job. And that was November 11 and November 12th of 2024. Then after then, I've just been 100% focused on my business. Yeah.
And behind the scene, I told you that was the best and bold decision to make.
Yeah.
It's not easy to just quit your job and dive into your business. I've done it before.
Mm.
It's tough, you know.
But
It's
there's a
tough.
time you're making
But
like 20,000 a month though. So when you say tough, it's a little bit relative.
yeah,
But I do get
yeah,
there's highs and there's lows.
yeah. So let's dive into real estate.
Hmm.
Let's say I want to buy a house.
Hmm.
What is a few things I should be aware of before I even approach the idea of buying a house?
Do you have money?
Okay.
That is the most important thing. Because when you have money, it determines the type of house you get.
Okay.
And the type of house you get is probably the house you're going to keep maybe for the next 10 years. So it's either you want to get a starter home, or a starter home is more of an affordable house that after a couple of years you can grow out of and get something better.
When you
But a
say
lot of,
start home, you mean
like, if you're a bachelor, maybe a
something
two, three
basic?
bed, yeah, a basic house.
Okay.
Maybe not in the best neighborhood, in an okay neighborhood, you're just starting out. But then people usually like to have something nice at the start, and that's why they end up taking time to get their first house. And the longer you take to get your first house, the prices of houses are going up.
Okay.
So that becomes a problem. That's why a lot of people struggle to buy houses. And also not understanding that it's not that hard to actually buy a house. It's actually not that hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So money.
Yes.
What's next? What's the other one?
If you've got money, that means you've got down payment. You give me a call, we can get your house in a week. It's not that hard.
Okay.
It's really that simple. People think buying a house is like how things were like in Africa. No. Here, it's not that hard. They just look at your income, look at your how long you've been working.
And how long do you have to be at your job to be able to?
At least 2 years, but then there's also exceptions that can be made.
What cause exception?
If your job is high paying, they look the other way.
Oh.
Yeah, because income is the most important thing. If your income and your credit score.
Mm.
So the reason you have to look at it from this perspective, they want to make sure that you can actually afford the payments.
The payment.
So if you started a job 3 months ago, you're a risk.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So that's what it's about.
Okay.
That for the next 5 years, are you able to make those payments? Or you're a person that just hops from job to job to job, you're unemployed for 6 months. Those are some of the things that they look. They don't like to see too many gaps of unemployment, of not
Mm.
having income, because that means that you're a risk. Because banks don't like to get the house back. They,
Yeah,
they want
because
you to keep it and pay for the next 30 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
they get to make money out of
They
it.
get to make money out of it.
Okay.
Everything's a business.
Okay. Okay. Um, what is the some of the mistake you've seen people that either bought house from you or your fellows realtors have shared the most mistake most people make before or after they buy the house or during the process?
I think before is using a realtor that you don't know. Um, Usually, when you use a realtor that you know or a realtor that you're friends with, the benefit that you have is they don't want to let you down. So they're going to get you as many options.
It's possible.
Yes. So that they get you the best.
Yeah.
Yes. So a lot of people just be like, oh no, I want that person. He's got 100,000 followers on Instagram. I'm going to choose them. But then to him, you're just a number,
Mm.
you know? So you want somebody who's going to put you first, because this is probably the biggest purchase you ever make in your life.
Mm.
People make two big purchases in their life. It's the car that they drive and the house that they buy and the wife that you choose. Because if you choose the wrong wife, half of everything you own is gone.
I
So,
mean, yeah, we Africans, we have to pay dowry, so that's a purchase.
oh yes, the dowry part. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about during the process? What a mistake most people make. doing that.
they buy a house, they buy a car to try and flex that when I have the house now, you're not supposed to do that. Because once you buy a car, it's going to affect how much you're actually able to
Do
spend on that mortgage. So now they have to recalculate things and you might not actually get the house.
so you're saying you shouldn't try to access any loan while you're trying in the process of trying to buy a house.
That is correct. Don't buy anything.
Don't buy anything.
Don't buy anything.
Cash or loan.
Don't buy anything. That's what I'll just don't buy anything.
Even if what if it take process of 6 months to get your process? Don't buy anything during that process.
Don't buy anything. Because it will ruin the process. Because now they have to recalculate your debt to income ratio.
What if you get raised work?
That's good. That's good. That works in your favor. But you still don't want to do that still. Do it
Because
after the closing.
because that was they have to recalculate and stuff.
They have
Yeah.
to recalculate it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm learning a lot, and I'm pretty sure some of my view they also will learn a lot,
Mhm.
I've got so many questions like this,
Mhm.
and people always said, "Oh," and I'm like, "I don't know how to do it. It's complicated." Like you say,
Mhm.
it's a bigger purchase of your life,
Yes.
but also at the same time, you say it's the most simple thing you can purchase you can ever make,
Yeah.
but it's complicated. What is the thing to
Things are
consider?
only complicated when you don't understand them. When you understand something, it's not
It's
complicated.
not
If I
complicated.
asked you how long did it take you to set up this mic, the first time it took you time.
Yes.
When you first started, when you first bought it, but after a year of doing this, it's not complicated because you know what you're doing.
Yes.
So, as Africans in America, as long as you don't take time to try and understand how things work, you're always going to find things complicated. That's why other people make more money than others because they find something that you don't know. Like for example, I'm in real estate, but I've noticed that when I'm trying to sell people houses or trying to get people into apartments, it takes time. Someone will have a conversation with you now, but they're only ready a year from now. Another person 6 months from now. Another person 3 months from now. Another person is ready even now. That's why I do loan signing. So when I do loan signing, I usually work with seller packages, buyer packages. So basically, the package, like whenever you're buying a house, that loan document that you have to sign, I help signers with that. I show them where to sign and I notarize those documents. So I'm seeing those on a daily basis. So that's my main part time job right now.
So let me see if I get this straight. I want to buy a house.
Mhm.
I have to sign the paperwork today, the last day,
Yes.
closing day.
Yes.
You have to come and show me where to sign it.
Yes. I point where you have to sign. My job is to make sure that you don't make any mistakes and you don't miss any signatures because that's going to affect your closing.
Is there a way I can do that myself?
No,
Why?
because I still need to notarize them.
Mm.
Yeah.
And who pays that? Is that you the buyers or the sellers or?
You pay that, but then the title companies handle that. Title and escrow, they handle that.
Okay.
So I just get called. I just get a call. Can you do the signing? Yes. So that's what I spend most of my afternoon doing.
Okay.
So I'm always looking at loan documents, and that's still in real estate. So, and then back home in Zimbabwe, I sell bricks,
Sell bricks.
and we also do low income housing. So when I get on calls with my dad, we're talking about that. We're planning, we're strategizing because I'm the one who handles the marketing and,
Okay.
and I'm the firstborn. So I have to like really be on top of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Back to these after or before. This can be
I think we're
either.
now after.
This can be either. You say money, right? You need to
Yes.
have money. Let's say I how do I know I can afford this mortgage? Because some people I've heard they say, "Hey man, I bought this house, but it keep going up every year because
Mm-hmm.
they didn't factor the tax."
Mm-hmm.
You know, this mortgage is too. Whoever told me the house told me I was gonna be paying 2,200.
Mm-hmm.
But so how do I know this house I'm taking I can afford it?
The same way you choose a girlfriend. People date women they can afford. Whenever you start to box out of your weight range, you start to suffer. Like the Andrew Tate fight. I don't know if you watched it. If you're going to box someone that's 20 kgs heavier than you, you're going to struggle a little bit. So it's the same thing with a house. Deep down, you know what you can afford.
Mm.
Deep down, you know what your expenses are like on a month to month basis. Deep down, you know that I send money back home. Deep down, you know that you like to go out a lot. So you're not going to be able to afford the nice house you want. But maybe you're not supposed to get the nice house. Maybe you're supposed to get the nice little,
Next big house.
yes, like you have to get like a smallish house. So people need to stay in their weight bracket.
Okay.
Yeah.
HOA. How does that work? If you do you have any knowledge?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Hmm.
Tell us about what is HOA for the viewer. I have no idea.
Hmm.
And is it worth it or not? And why? And we can go from there.
There's two schools of thought. There's one people that believe that it's my house, I paid for it. Why are you telling me what to do? Because
Okay.
HOA kind of tells you what to do.
Yeah.
You need to keep your branches like this. You need to keep your loan like this. If you don't, they'll come take a picture. Then the block will fine you, right? Then there's people who be like, I want my neighborhood to stay as it is. I don't want things to change. I want my home value to stay up. I don't want somebody painting my house pink, because sometimes your neighbor can just paint their house pink. Now it looks like a hillbilly show. So there's pros to it, there's cons to it. But then neighborhoods with HOA tend to look better than neighbors without HOA.
Yes.
You know,
Okay. So, would you advise someone to buy within HOA?
personally, I wouldn't want an HOA. So you have to find a place with that doesn't have a good HOA. It's I think it's 50-50. I really, really think it's 50-50 because the neighborhoods that have HOA just look better.
And the other question, actually, that was actually a good idea. I just the other question I got was, what would you advise people, renting versus buying?
I love that question. You Buying a house is a more of a sacrifice. A lot of people don't understand that. People want to buy when they're ready, but you're never ready. It's like having your first child. You're never ready, right? So renting, especially if you start off in a job, you want to rent. But the moment your income has the capability of a mortgage, you need to buy. Because when you're renting, you don't really own that asset. You're just giving your landlord and you're making your landlord money. Your landlord is getting passive income, you know. But I'm renting currently, so I understand why I'm renting. But then the reason I'm renting and the reason somebody else is renting is different. I'm trying to save money so I can put it in my business. My business is one that's going to buy the house. The little money that I have, I'm going to put it into bricks and cement,
Mm.
because I know how to build a house. So for me, it's a little bit biased, but I feel that buying is better than renting because the house prices keep going up. And I'm not saying that because I'm a realtor, because I still make money even if whether you rent or you buy.
Yeah.
I'll help you get into an apartment. So I also post apartments. Um, I'll help you get into an apartment. I'll help you get into a house. It makes no difference to me, So you do what works for you, but whenever your income gets to a certain level, like if you see yourself getting close to 5,000, it's time to buy.
5,000 what?
$5,000.
A month?
Yeah, it's time to buy.
Yeah. So, buying is very important. It's better than renting
In the long term.
in the long term.
In the short term, if you're not yet sure where you want to be, which city you want to be, you want to rent.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, is there anything else I didn't ask? Because you're the expert that people should know while, during, after, or during the entire process of a house. Is there anything I forgot to ask?
That's a very good question. How I would put it is there are 20,000 other realtors you could work with in Dallas. I'm not exceptional. Like at the start of the podcast, we did talk about ranking yourself.
Yeah.
I know there's way better realtors than me, but there's things that I have that they don't. And I'm a very practical, realistic person. I know how to make people get to the next level. So I'm not just going to be a realtor that's going to be like, oh, no, I want you to buy this house. I'm going to be in your life and I'm going to tell you, okay, these are the things that you should do. Other people come with different talents. Maybe their income at their job is not that much. Maybe they only make 2,500 or 3,000 in their job, but there's something else they do on the side. Maybe they're good at photography, but they only get one client a month that pays them 300. If I give you a tip of what you can do to get that 300 a month
True.
to 1.5 or to 2,000, now you can afford a house. So that's why I like working with business owners, because with business, your life can change in 1 month. 10 clients in your business just changes your life, regardless of whatever it is you're doing. 10 new clients will change your life. So that's kind of really how I look at it. Because for me, even when I was coming up with my budget for 2026, I sell bricks. I know that my life will change. So I sell commons and I sell blocks. For my life to change with blocks, I need to sell 100,000. If I sell 100,000, my life changes. Same thing with apartments. If I help 35 people get into apartments, I know that will change my life, because now I'm going to have the capital to be able to put into the things that I care about. Like, my business back home. I also do have a marketing business back home. There's a time that I actually had 5, 6 people working for me. We're doing a whole lot of stuff, but it's very hard to manage things from here. I was one of the people that were like, no, you can do it from here. It gets a little bit harder.
It does.
Yeah, people start to steal from you. Even people that you trust
Yes.
will start to steal from you. People start to become very self-seeking, and they'll start putting themselves first, and that's how your business collapses. Or sometimes, let's say, let me give you an example. If I charge a client $500 for a service, my employee can probably do that service for $100. If they decided that they were going to start talking to our clients and saying, I can do this for 200 but not tell me, it's actually pretty possible. But then what they don't factor in is that when you're running a business, there's a reason we charge $500.
Yes.
It's not just about doing the work. There's a lot of work that goes into all of that, right? Like, for example, if we have a shoot, if we're shooting an advert, I have to buy the fuel, I have to plan out the shoot. These are the shots that we're gonna do. Of course, there's input that I've already done. Had to buy the drones, I had to buy the cameras, I had to buy the memory cards,
There's
I
a
had to buy
tax.
the computers, all of that. There's a lot of things that come into play when it comes to pricing, right? And my expertise, because I wasn't paying myself in my business.
Mm.
That's why it became very, very hard. I was paying everybody else by myself. So it started becoming a little bit harder now. So I had to put a pause on that to focus on my business here, because I was doing the same thing. Because I noticed this other time that I was making more here than I did with my business back home. Then I was like, wait,
Maybe I should invest a little bit more here.
yes, because I realized that I'm going to be here for a long time. You know,
Let's talk about just a little bit about that. I I came here as an immigrant, but we came here as a different.
Mhm.
But the problem we face here, the struggle, it's kind of similar. Um, what is some the type of struggle or the circumstance that people may who's thinking of coming to United States
Mhm.
in your situation? What are the things that they should be ready to experience?
Loneliness.
Loneliness.
You need to learn to love yourself, because you're going to have to be your own best friend. Two, you need to be able to work harder than you've ever worked in your life. And you need to have very specific goals of what success looks like. Is success sending money back home? Is success buying a house? Is success buying your dream car? Is success building a business? Is success working hard for 10 years and going back home? You need to be very, very straight with that.
Okay.
Am I going to get a partner from back home? I'm going to find someone here.
Okay.
What am I going to be doing? What's going to be my dating style? There's a lot of things that actually come into account. How
Okay.
long do I want to stay here? Does the political situation matter to me? How long is it going to take for me to get my papers? All of those things matter in how it is that you come up with a decision.
Is it worth it coming?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think it's both,
Okay.
because there's something you lose when you're not
You lose
at
it,
home.
yeah.
There's some Because when you're at home, you're around your people. There's family. There's sense of community. There's no sense of community here.
No, that's no.
So it's it's a lot, but there's more opportunities here. So now there has to be a trade-off. What's more important to you?
Okay.
Because when you're here, you can support more people back home than if you were back home. But again, you have friends who are back home who are actually doing well. So now you start to get very conflicted now.
Like, should I go back
If
home?
I was there,
Hmm.
would I be successful? So
No, no, I totally understand, and I agree. Uh, you'll never know.
you will never know.
You know.
But but that's why I said you need to be able to rate yourself against other people. So if you've got friends that you played soccer with, that when you're growing up or you were in classes with, if you guys got the same grades or you were selected the same in teams, you can use how they are doing to interpret how you do.
Mhm.
Like we were in the same accounting class.
Yeah.
Me and you are not too further apart from
No.
what it is that we're doing.
No.
So if
I mean,
let's
you're doing very well. But
I'm trying, but I could do better.
it's always gonna be like that.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we we're inspired to do better, but we, as a man, like you said,
Hmm.
you should always try to do more.
Yes.
If you're not trying to do more, then you're falling. You know. Move on to a little bit of other subject. Politics. How's your guy doing? Last year, this time last year, your guy was getting ready to get to the office,
Hmm.
and you got so excited.
No, I was excited. I was excited for
You're
change.
excited. You
Yeah.
beat a guy, a person.
I had a girl that I was talking to that stopped talking to me because I said that Donald Trump was going to win. She stopped talking to me.
Well, that's a fault because he actually did one.
Yeah.
So, how is your guy doing?
Man, he's coming after people with green cards. He's coming after people with citizenship. So I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much. Yeah, I really don't
You don't
like.
have to come after you.
Yeah, I think this one I might just plead the fifth. I think I might just plead the fifth.
Okay.
I think he knows what he's doing, but it's coming at the cost of other people, especially immigrants. Immigrants are the ones that are suffering the most
Mm,
because the agenda was illegal immigrants. But now every immigrant is starting to feel scared. That's really where the issue is,
yeah.
because that was the mantra: illegal immigrants, illegal immigrants. But now every immigrant is being targeted. So now I don't really have an opinion. And also, as much as I want the economy to improve, I generally do not think a president is what makes an economy improve,
Okay.
because I make my own life's economy improve. If I decide that I'm going to go and door knock at different businesses, 20 of them with my camera, and say, hey, I can shoot content for you, out of those 22 will say yes. I do that every single day. Two clients a week. For 52 weeks, I'm going to have 104 clients.
Well, if I remember correctly, we were told Biden was the reason the economy was terrible at that time.
Hmm.
And you were one of them people who said, I'm glad you finally woke up and realized the
To be honest, I
president.
don't even think I said. Like, I don't even think I even when Biden was in power, I didn't really care. I feel like I really don't care too much about politics. If
Okay.
I'll be very honest, I only care about politics when it's election time. I have something
Okay.
to say during election time. But as things are going, I feel like because I'm an immigrant, I feel like I just focus on what's directly in front of me.
Okay. I mean, the president can affect the economy, not directly.
You're the one who's more into politics, so you should be the one schooling me because you know more about it.
Well,
I don't even watch TV.
my guy didn't win, so I have no opinion.
Your guy didn't
I
win.
like to criticize my person because I trust you. You know,
Hmm.
only you can criticize your guy because you want him to win.
That is true.
So, because I knew what he was gonna do, right?
What if your person got the problem is that if your person went into power and she got moody at other countries,
Well,
would have a lot of
like
problems.
your guys were waking up and just anyway.
No, I just feel like men are just better leaders than women when it comes to offices of that nature.
The nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
Uh,
reason that even in the Bible, men were always leading. So why are we changing things? Are we saying we know more than God?
so you're
Is
saying
God a woman?
we
No,
should
he's a man.
you're saying we should never have a woman president,
I didn't say that. Other smaller countries do have women presidents.
But
But
America,
then the women presidents are not influencing anything. Those are already good economies. So it looks like they're doing a good job, but it was built on the backs of men. Because it's the men that go to war, it's the men that build
I
things.
mean,
If men decided not to go to work tomorrow, what would happen? The whole
but
economy would
there's a there's
collapse.
a there's a woman in army now. There's a woman in
Do we, okay,
in every
if you were
sector.
a soldier and you were to get injured, who do you want pulling you out of the danger zone, a woman or a man?
Whoever's there and strong
Are you
enough.
sure that she'll
Yeah,
be able to pull you out?
whoever's. I wanna be pulled out by the best person who can pull me
And
out.
do you think it's going to be a woman?
The best person can be
Man,
woman,
you, oh,
can be
wow.
man or woman.
Okay, the last person you dated, is she stronger than you physically?
Mm, well, physically
Yes,
no.
say yes or no.
Physically no.
Case closed.
No, that's because I'm not dating a soldier. I want me a woman to be soft.
But a soldier is a person first, though.
Exactly. There's a female that's stronger than me.
Yeah, but then those are outliers, though. But it's
Anyway. I don't think we ever
no.
gonna
I
agree.
think women can be presidents, but not in this country.
No, not this country.
Not in this country. Somewhere else, maybe like in a small little country like Mali and
Tanzania, they
Tanzania.
have a female president.
Zambia,
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. Nah, no, that's not happening in my country.
Zimbabwe, no.
No, Zimbabweans are not ready for that. Zimbabwean men wouldn't know. That's not going to happen. Because even some of the women would be like, no, we can't have a woman as a president. Other women do actually believe that.
I don't know. Anyway, now let's move on to two or three more topics. Okay, or can be done. Uh, what's your thought on same-sex dating, marriage?
Whatever the Bible says.
I don't know. Tell me. But I'm asking about you. About what about? Are you? What do you think? Yes, we were watching a video earlier, right? I think I showed you a video of it was a New Year Eve.
Oh, Sports Center.
Yeah, Sports Center,
Yeah.
and they show a video of that guy, two guys kissing,
Mm-hmm.
and the commentator was like, "What we? What we doing here?"
I think what makes this topic controversial is that in America, people are now being punished for free speech.
Mm,
So if you say anything against the gays, you are seen as anti-gay, and you can even lose your job over it.
okay.
So people tend not to want to talk about it.
Do you want to talk about it?
Well, I don't mind. Um, I'm just 99% sure that one day I'm gonna have a political office of some sort.
Okay. And that's gonna come to bite you.
I don't, even if it comes to buy me, I wouldn't care because I still stand on business on like what it is that I believe.
So you're against it.
I am against it because the Bible says it's a man and woman that gets married.
Okay. Are you against it for lesbian as well, or just the gays?
Isn't it the same thing?
No.
You see, the fact that, wow, okay. I think the reason why men don't really talk much about the lesbians is because of porn. I think men don't really worry what women get up to because it doesn't really influence a lot. It's when men start acting like women that society starts to crumble. So when men talk about lesbians or lesbian relationships, they get excited. They're like, two girls, oh, can I join? That is the first
That's actually
thought
true though.
that men think
They're
about.
like, oh, two girls.
But if two men are together and they're seen in public, every man starts to flinch.
Do you think they're
They
gonna
start to
say
cringe.
two guys?
No,
No.
they don't. Because women want strong men.
Mm.
And there's nothing strong about being bent over by another man. No, like, wow.
There's nothing what?
You have to be a man. And there's nothing manly about bending over.
Oh man, that made my days, man.
And so yeah, so I'm pretty sure there's
So,
gonna be some gay people that are gonna be like, oh, that is so wrong. You should get cancelled. But you can't cancel me. I'm still gonna say what I want. As long as the Bible says something is wrong, I'm sticking to it.
I
And a
see.
lot of pastors don't even talk about it because they are scared of the consequences of that.
Mm,
I just, because I don't know. It might affect me somehow, but I don't mind losing an opportunity because of my beliefs. Because as a man, you need to stand for something. You need to have a spine for something.
mm,
You need to be able to. And men who stand for things are the ones that rule the world.
okay.
A man who's always agreeable. That's another reason why men make more than women in the workplace. Men are usually not very agreeable. If you want a good secretary, somebody who follows orders, you want it to be a woman. If you want a manager, you want her to be a woman because she knows how to get things done and things, they know. But then men,
Of the order and everything.
yeah, but men like to take more risks, so they end up being CEOs, business owners. Not saying that women can't. There's other women that have
Mm,
learned that acting more like a man will get them more money,
yeah.
so they start to step up. But the problem now comes when people like to talk about a hypothetical world that doesn't work. That's another reason why I liked Trump, because Trump said the thing he did is doing all the things he said he was going to do.
That's
And
true, actually.
he's doing everything that he says he's going to do. And a lot of people don't really listen though. Because he
Yeah.
says he's going to do these things. Of course, when it starts to happen, you're like, wait. He actually is doing those things.
Yeah.
But that's what he says he's
But
going to do.
he says, yeah, he said he's gonna do it,
So those are some of the
and
things
that's
that,
why I'm not upset with him
yeah, he's doing.
because he said exactly what he's gonna do, and he's doing them.
Yeah. And there's people that support him, and it's their country. Because another thing, we are immigrants. So you need to kind of know your place.
You have to follow the rules.
Yeah. You
When
need
you
to
go
know
to
your
someone's
place.
house, you don't get there and try to
Yeah, you
change the
don't
rules.
start.
You have to follow the rules what you find there.
It's the same thing with, what's the name of that woman that married into the royal family in England?
Meghan Markle.
She tried to try and change
Sure.
700, 800 years of tradition. No. You are a divorced woman trying to marry into the. They used to marry, only virgins could marry the prince or the king, and she's black. There was never anyone who was black in the royal family.
I mean,
And you want to come and try and change things.
she's black by name though.
She's still black. She's still black. What I'm just saying is that when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Mm.
They're not going to change how they
Don't
do
go
it.
to somewhere and trying to do what other people do.
I can come into your house and tell you what to do.
No, you can't.
Like when you're driving, I'm like, hey, CJ, man, I think no,
No.
you're the one who's in charge.
Like you can get out.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah. If you don't like it, just get out.
If I close the window now, I don't have AC on. Don't see nothing.
Yeah.
That's my car. There's
You
a
can
reason
you
why
can
the window is not closed. It's closed.
yeah.
Maybe it's broken.
Yeah. You can walk home if you want. you know. So that's really kind of really how I feel. And it's a free country. If men want to bend each other, let them bend each other. That's what they want. You know.
But also, they should give other people freedom to express how they feel about
But
it.
I should not be forced to agree with it. That's where my issue is. People can do what they want, but don't force me to agree with it.
But would you say the same thing if when a white person said the same thing, how they were forced to be with black people to feel like we're equal? Because we used to be the servant.
It depends where in what continent you're in. If you're in Africa, we
Let's
don't.
say here.
I wouldn't understand their problems because I'm black, and I never got to experience slavery, so I can't really speak on that.
So you're saying you will still mind if white people are being racist, openly racist, or complaining, why do we have to be equal, black people?
Because that's how they feel.
You'll be okay with them expressing
I'm
that.
okay with people showing me their true colors because now I know how to move around them. People like sugarcoating. I don't like that. If somebody doesn't like you and you know how to move around them. If you're in a neighborhood and people don't like you, somebody's gonna call the cops on you. So how you move and how you interact with those people, it has to change.
So the gays and transgenders should be okay with people say express themselves the way they want to express themselves.
Yes.
But at the same time, they should keep doing what they're doing if that's what they want to do.
Yes, because we've got freedoms.
I can
All
agree with
things are
that.
permissible, but not all things are beneficial.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're about to close. We've been running off an hour. What advice would you tell someone like me so I can make sure my 2026 is very go smooth?
Choose the right woman. Be rigorous in how you choose and your standards.
Mm.
Make it harder for them, don't make it easier. You're the prize. They're the prize, but you're the prize.
And the prize. I'm always the prize, by the way.
Yeah. So you want to do that. Focus on high income activities. You don't really have 24 hours in a day because 6 to 7 hours you're going to be sleeping, 2 hours you're going to be on the road. There's time that you're going to be pooping. There's time you're going to be eating. So you probably only have 10 hours to change your life. So you need to find ways to be productive at your day job and after your day job.
Mm.
But the work you do after your day job is what's going to take you to the next level. Because
Yeah.
you already know what you're going to make in your day job, but then your income is infinite when you focus on your own business.
Mm. That's so true. Wow. Seems like 2026 is gonna be exciting.
Not really, because we said that last year.
No, it was
Excite for it to be exciting, exciting things have to happen, and you have to create them.
yeah. I mean, think about it, all right? Every year bring new change.
Hmm.
It depends what kind of change it brought up and how you see it.
Yeah.
I think 2025 was a good year. It was not perfect.
Hmm.
And I don't think 2026 will be perfect.
What would you have changed if you could go back to 2025? What three things would you have changed?
Um, Podcast wise, think I should work more.
Hmm.
I took a break 2025. I didn't do any one episode beside the little clips over here and there. So I won't say that was a mistake, but I needed time to think through things, how